There's been a lot of change happening recently, and all kind of at once. My grandparents are thinking of moving. My grandparents are moving, and that's kind of a place that's always stayed the same for me. It's always such a familiar place to go to. It's where Christmas and birthdays happen. Hello. It's such a comforting place. You can get lost in the smell of the garden, the smell of something being made in the shed, the smell of something being made in the kitchen. I'm gonna miss it. I say I'll miss it, but it won't miss me. It's not a mutual thing. It's a building, it's a house. Can't say bye back. Doesn't have arms.
Oh, he's gonna cry.
I'm not gonna cry, I'm trying to say goodbye. It's the last time I see it, probably. Good memories in this house. Toilet there, great memories.
There's a lot of old books and things that have got to be sold because there's not enough room for them in their new place, so I'm helping with a boot sale. If you don't know what a boot sale is, it's basically where you just take a load of old stuff, put it in your car, drive it into a field, open the boot up. Anyone want to buy this? It's an interesting place. I saw a man selling a massage chair for £2. Too cheap for a massage chair to be. That's a suspicious price. What have you done to it? The last event that's going to happen in my grandparents' house is a little going away party for my brother, because he's going away. Hence the going away party.
I'm sick of this relationship that we just keep for business reasons.
What's the main thing we bond over, do you think? Business, mainly. Don't.
That's true.
I don't eat in my sleep.
You do.
Can you just demonstrate what you have to do to stop me from snoring?
And he stops. He's like conditioned.
Like Pavlov dogs. Pavlov's got a new dog. Pavlov spings a bell. Dog comes. Me and Ryan are always on the same wavelength. That dry now?
Still quite wet.
Still quite wet, that's the update. He's going to Canada as well. Canada's that way. So I'm going to miss him as well. Not going to get emotional though. Changes. What are you most looking forward to in Canada? Make it fun, not like dead and loneliness. Say bears, say bears. Bears.
It's weird just thinking things won't really ever be the same. Yeah, it's just weird. It's weird. It's weird. Yeah.
But I suppose the biggest change of them all is that my gap year is pretty much over. If you don't know what a gap year is, it's kind of like the unofficial way to say you're giving up. It's just easier to say, yeah, I'm on a gap year. You say that and they're thinking, this person has dreams, but at the minute, they're just going to stay like that. But don't say I didn't try and chase those dreams. In the first few months of my gap year, I was taking naps hourly, sometimes quarter hourly. I was taking naps to prepare for a nap. I had test naps, practice naps, and taking naps is risky. You're never really sure when you'll wake up. Could be hours, could be days. I think it has changed me a lot. My gap year, not naps. I do feel like I've grown up a lot and I've grown inside as a person. I've got massive lungs now. During my gap year, all concept of time became meaningless. There were no days of the week. There was just light and dark. And Friday, you got a party. My gap year made me realise if I don't plan a day, it won't plan anything for me. The day is a wandering dog and you have to create the lead. And sometimes it has a piss and a shit on your floor. Sometimes it brings you back a stick and then you'll take it for a walk in the woods. And there's so many sticks now and it's overwhelmed with the stick possibility. It sees a tree. Is that a big stick? It doesn't know. It's panicked. Anyway, I don't have a dog. I wish I did. I love them. I think I'd call my dog Help. So every time I called its name, people would come over and check if I was okay. Help! Some people go to Africa on their gap years and help out in an orphanage and come back and say they found themselves. I went to Manchester and got lost. I'm looking forward to watching it.
I just keep thinking about decisions, because like every time you make a decision, you'll never know what you lost out on each time. Decisions to stay angry, to fix something, to break it. Every decision you make moves towards what will be your life. Throughout my gap year, I've just thought, where would I be on the path that I didn't take? Last week, a guy on the street asked if I wanted to become a member of his church. You know, I could be a priest right now. Within a week. I don't know how long it takes, probably not a week. I used to be quite religious. I used to be in a religious club the religious club wasn't just Christianity. It was at school, and each week they gave us juice and a biscuit. Jesus turns water into wine, but there's kids at the table. Rabina, some Mormons knocked on the door the other day at like 1 p.m, and I was still in my dressing gown. They said, "Do you believe in God? What does it look like?"
I often went in between spouts of feeling really inspired to feeling annoyed that I wasn't good enough, annoyed that no one was replying to my emails. I sent so many emails. Over the year, I did get one reply. They didn't give me a job, they just said, "Thanks for getting in contact with us, Michael." That's not my name, it's fine. I spent a lot of time just thinking about life. I was on my PSP, but every time the screen went black, I just saw my reflection, like a constant reminder, there he is. And then I was back into Little Big Planet.
Oh, the screen goes dark on my PSP, my reflection staring back at me, and then the colors come back and it's a little big planet once more. And then the colors come back and it's a little big planet once more. For half an hour I'll be on the floor. For half an hour I'll be on the floor.
I applied for a lot of jobs during my gap year. One shop refused to take my CV because they had too many. We'll take the job vacancy off the door then. I just went everywhere and anywhere. I went to fast food places, clothes shops, bookshops, bakers. Nothing. I got desperate. I worked for free. I mean, I won't work for free. That's the whole point of why I'm looking for a job. I work for minimum wage, at least. Then I got a job at the BBC, so worked out all right in the end. I did have to pop into the old shop I used to work at to get something recently, and one of my old colleagues came up to me. He said, "All right, Myles, when's your next shift?" "I haven't worked here in 8 months, Andy. Where do you think I've been?" In the first month of my gap year, I was waiting for a bus, the most depressing form of transport, and these kids in the school behind me put their heads through the school gates and started heckling me. "Oh, you look like Justin Bieber." Doesn't even have this hair anymore. "Oh yeah, hi Justin Bieber." "Yeah, brilliant." "Do Gangnam Style." That's not even my song. Then I got on the bus. "Yeah, enjoy your homework, nerds." But I didn't face my gap year on my own, because joining me were two of my best friends, bandmates and lovers, Ben and Lewis.
Take your socks off.
Our gap year's over.
Good year.
Did an album, we went to Oxford, we shared a double bed.
Yep.
You watched. That's what Lewis got to enjoy.
Little pop.
I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on.
It won't be long till I'm gonna need someone to lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I'm where you carry on.
Thanks for joining me on this journey.
It's been good.
See you at Christmas. See you later.
And I guess now that means my gap year's over. Conclusion. Was it worth it? Was it worth it? I met new people on my gap year, did new things, did some acting, released an album, got told off by the police outside 10 Downing Street. That wouldn't have been possible if I hadn't taken a year out. I got given an official BBC pass. The lady handed it to me and said, "Oh, you look a bit older in the picture." All right, Dorian Gray. And those things individually made me feel very happy and accomplished. That's my accomplished. I could do all sorts of emotions. Accomplished, sad, pleasant rhyme. A year is such a long time, but it only felt long when I felt unhappy just doing nothing. You can only really realise how quickly something's went when you're on the other side of it looking back. And I guess that's when you can measure whether something was worth it or not. Looking back, it's easier to just see the good stuff and focus on that. I like to imagine it's called a gap year because when you leave school, life just presents this gap that goes through your chest. A gap that you have to fill in. You have to decide what you want to fill it in with to complete yourself. And maybe I wasn't completely successful in filling in mine, but I've still got the future to try. Obviously, I'm only 19, I'm gonna die. I mean, I am, we all are, but not yet. Dog.
Oh no, Myles is dead.